Script for the first video on the Meshtastic radio communication devices. I just got a couple of Meshtastic radio devices. They can let me send text to my neighbor down the road. Maybe I need to warn her when a nasty guy walks by my place on the way to bother her. Each unit comes in a little plastic box about 12 centimeters long. The box is taped shut so the tip of a knife can make it easier to open. This is what you see when you open the box. You will notice a bright metal connector on top where the antenna will get screwed on, and on the opposite edge there are 3 switches that can be clicked from the side. The one on the left lets you turn the unit on and off if you are running on battery power. On the left of this unit, there is a postage stamp sized screen where various things get printed out. You will need to read a number that gets written on that screen when you are connecting this piece of hardware to your Meshtastic software. You can see the 3 black plastic switches on the bottom edge more clearly in this photo. Notice that there is something stuck under the antenna plug at the top. This photo shows the GPS sensor now that it has been untaped from the antenna plug. Going back to the plastic box this unit came in, you can find the antenna under the sheet of black sponge rubber. There are 2 pieces of extra hardware you don't need to worry about for now. This picture shows the antenna after it has been screwed on. In this picture, a USB cable has been inserted into the socket so that the radio unit can be run without using a battery. If you turn this unit over, you will discover a battery holder and not much else. Look in your applications for the Meshtastic application. Click on Meshtastic. Mine showed up on my second monitor, so I just dragged it down to where we can see it. Notice that since I have my Meshtastic radio device turned on already, Meshtastic 9BB4 shows up as an available radio. This is the first time my desktop computer and this Meshtastic application have noticed this new radio device. My Bluetooth device has been turned on for this to be able to occur. I clicked on the black dot next to Meshtastic 9BB4. That number is specific to my application my computer and my Meshtastic radio device. So I am going to click on Connect to the new radio. The screen shows communicating with device while it is trying to set things up. The radio device wants my computer to copy some numbers from its little screen by typing them into the box next to passcode. I have sometimes typed the number in wrong several times. Don't use any spaces. I got it right this time, and the screen says that my device 9BB4 is subscribed to Mesh. I don't know where these numbers come from. They are automatically provided, so you might get different numbers. I noticed that this video wasn't catching the bottom of the application screen, so I moved things up a bit. I clicked on Messages, but I should not have expected to see anything since I haven't even tried to send a message myself. So let's take a look at the other buttons on the bottom of the screen. My computer's Bluetooth has been turned on. I already had it on, so the application's Bluetooth screen showed that my radio 9BB4 is connected. I tried nodes, but nothing has been done with nodes yet. I can see another mention of the fact that my radio unit, which calls itself 9BB4, is connected. I'll click on Mesh Map. I get a nice map, but I don't see my radio unit indicated on it. I'll try Settings next. About Meshtastic leads to lots of online information that you can link to. App Settings is mostly information about what is going on internally with your Meshtastic setup. But it has one setting that determines whether other users can see your location, presumably on their copy of the map. For testing purposes, I am going to turn that switch to on. BBL config Meshtastic 9BB4 just shows a check mark when I click on it. Share Channels QR code has a Share QR code and link button. I don't know how to use that feature yet. User just shows how your Meshtastic unit is identified. It does have one switch, licensed operator, which is for use if you have a ham radio station and operator's license. Leave it turned off unless you really are a ham radio operator and want to use your Meshtastic for special purposes. Low-Ra shows configuration details for your system. I think you should leave this at their default settings for now. Let's take a look at channels. It just shows primary channel, so there is nothing to be done here at this time. Bluetooth config. Leave these settings alone for now. There is another way for your computer to connect with your Meshtastic radio device, but please get completely comfortable with everything before you try experimenting with a Wi-Fi connection. Device configuration. Once more, these settings appear to be for experts. I think you should leave them alone for now. Display device screen. This looks like it will make changes in how the little screen on your Meshtastic radio device shows information. I would use everything as is for now. Network. Don't enable Wi-Fi. If you do that, you will lose your Bluetooth connection. Save experimentation for later when you are very familiar with how things work now. Position config. This group of settings appears to set how your device's GPS system works. I think it is best to leave these settings alone for the present. Canned messages. It appears that you can pre-record certain messages to be sent out under some special conditions. I haven't figured out how this is supposed to work. External notification. It looks like there are ways to set up buzzers of some kind to notify people of things like incoming messages. I do not know how to set these bells or buzzers yet. MQTT is explained on Wikipedia, http://en.wikipedia.org/wiki/MQTT. It's nothing to get involved with as a beginner.